Jake Paul just went too far. Yeah, the problem child has officially crossed the line. His latest antics have taken disrespect to a whole new level, calling Mike Tyson a sick chicken. Seriously, dude, this is a man who's been in the ring with some of the toughest fighters in history. To talk trash like that is not only disrespectful, but it's downright dangerous. The worst part, the YouTuber turned boxer didn't just stop there. He put Tyson on a blast and even went after Tyson's dead daughter, making insensitive comments like I'll bury you next to her, and there's still more. You won't believe half the things the former Disney star said. The entire boxing world is lashing out at Paul. Boxing pros, pundits, and fans are all furious. They're calling for Jake Paul to be banned from the sport, and some are even suggesting he deserves a good old-fashioned beatdown. Let's break it down. Jake Paul has just unleashed the beast. Calling out Mike Tyson is one thing, but dragging his dead daughter into this is a whole new level of low. Iron Mike is absolutely furious. We're talking about a man who's been through hell and back, a legend who's lost a piece of his soul. To have someone desecrate his daughter's memory like that is beyond disrespectful. It's a personal attack that goes way deeper than any boxing rivalry. The entire world is watching in shock and disbelief. Jake Paul has shown his true colors, and they're as dark as they come.
Yeah. I hope y'all keep that same energy when I knock this old man out.
Get this, Jake Paul has never been one to shy away from controversy, and often uses it to keep himself in the spotlight, but going after Mike Tyson's family, no one saw that one coming. It all started out when Jake, in his usual brash style, threw some serious shade at Tyson's family. And this wasn't a just bold move, it was heartless and inappropriate. This isn't new for Paul. Last year, in January 2023, Jake, being Jake, ruined the birth announce of his rival Tommy Fury and the Love Island star Molly May Hodge. This resulted in a lot of backlash from fight fans, since it wasn't Jake's place to say anything. Now, trash talk is a crucial part of building hype for any boxing fight, and fight fans absolutely love it. Going against your opponent's family, though, yeah, that's where you draw the line, and the YouTuber turned boxer seems to have crossed this one. As expected, he's paying for it. Both Jake and Mike have left no stone unturned and wreaking devastating havoc on each other ahead of their highly anticipated bout. The fight world has been keeping up with their verbal slams, but Paul's latest comments about Mike's 4-year-old daughter have rubbed everyone the wrong way.
But when I went to the hospital, the people that were there, they're up there because their kids are dead too, or about to die. So, who the hell am I? Their kids are dying too.
It's no surprise that the death of Mike's daughter is a sensitive topic to touch, and Jake Paul really should have given it second thoughts. Mike Tyson's 4-year-old daughter, Exodus Tyson, passed away in 2009 in a tragic accident. Her neck apparently got caught in a treadmill court at her Phoenix home, and her 7-year-old brother found her. This has always been a very sensitive topic for the Tyson family, and they still struggle talking about the loss of their young Exodus.
The biggest beatdown you've ever had, whether it be physically or emotionally or spiritually?
I lost my 4-year-old daughter. She accidentally killed herself by accident.
Oh, man.
She on a treadmill. She didn't know how to work it, and she got hurt.
Wow.
So after that, I didn't know what to do. And I just didn't know what to do.
How'd you recover from that?
I haven't. I just know in order to make her happy, I have to do good things and be positive.
Yeah.
Jake Paul had no place to bring up Mike's daughter in the build-up to this fight, and Mike isn't going to let this slip. By the YouTuber turned boxer promised to end Tyson and bury him next to his dead daughter, and this comment really left a sour taste in everyone's mouth. Jake hasn't been the fan favorite all along, and a lot of fans were betting on Tyson to knock him out cold in the ring after his recent comments. Fans are rooting for his downfall like never before. As for Tyson himself, he's lashing out, and fight fans are backing him up. Let's face it, Jake Paul is scared shitless of Mike Tyson. All this trash talk is just a smokescreen to hide his fear. Deep down, he knows he's in over his head. Fighting Mike Tyson is like stepping into a lion's den. This isn't just any boxer, we're talking about the baddest man on the planet, a guy who's knocked out opponents with one punch, knows he's outmatched, and he's trying to psych himself up by talking trash, but it's not working. The fight is scheduled for November 15th at the AT&T Arena, and the hype is unreal. It's the biggest fight of the year, maybe even the decade. Netflix is on board, and they're going to turn this into a blockbuster documentary. The whole world is watching, and the pressure is on. As the fight gets closer, the reality of the situation is sinking in for Jake. He's starting to realize that he's way over his head, and to cope with the fear, he's resorting to desperate measures like dragging Tyson's family into this. It's a pathetic attempt to gain a psychological advantage, but it's backfiring big time now. Jake issued a public apology as soon as he realized he made a terrible mistake calling out Tyson's daughter. But after Jake's hundreds of apology videos flooding the internet every time he crosses the line, his words have started to mean little to nothing to fans. This isn't the kind of thing Mike can just forgive Jake for. Their beef has taken a dark and personal turn, and the problem child should be trembling in his boots, because Mike Tyson isn't someone you'd want to mess up with. The former Disney star is about to learn that lesson soon. The Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul bout has been stirring up controversy ever since it was announced. This fight hasn't left our tongues and has been making headlines ever since. This matchup has faced more controversy and predictions than any fight in history. This is the first time we'll be watching a boxing legend put up gloves against a newbie YouTuber turned boxer trying to fit in with real boxers. When you've got a 58-year-old legend fighting a 27-year-old wannabe boxer, you really don't know what to expect in the ring. Paul and Mike have been trying their best to give fans as much content as possible before finally settling the score. The fight was originally scheduled for July 20th, but due to Mike's health emergency, it fell into jeopardy and had to be postponed, so Jake Paul fought bare knuckle Br Mike Perry instead and scored a knockout win. On paper it looks
just for Jake. Obviously, Mike is one of the biggest hitters that the heavyweight division has ever seen. I just want to know, when you're thinking about his power, he looks very ferocious on Instagram, especially still. Do you feel like you'll be able to take Mike Tyson's power at this stage?
I know I will be able to. I'm a natural born heavyweight. This is what I was born to do, is to move up into this weight class, and I'm going to show Mike who has the more power, because he's underestimating me. I think everyone else is underestimating me, and I believe that I hit harder. I know it's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong, but it's not about the fear stopping me. It's about going into it even though I am scared, and that's what true bravery is.
Mike, can he take the power, Mike?
Excuse me?
Can Jake take your power?
We're gonna see, huh? Day 2, we're getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. But gave him his warning. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does.
impressive. A 6th round KO that's got to count for something. Right? Wrong. The boxing world is unimpressed, to put it mildly. Instead of praise, Jake's getting more criticism. They're saying he's fighting cans, that he's cherry-picking opponents. Mike Perry, while tough, isn't exactly known for his boxing prowess. So while the KO looks good on paper, it doesn't really move the needle for most boxing fans. The real test is still ahead. The fight with Mike Tyson is looming, and everyone's waiting to see if Jake Paul is the real deal or just another hype job, because let's face it, when you step into the ring with Iron Mike, there's no hiding place. Plus, Jake's recent insensitivity has gotten Mike emotional now. He wants to win this fight even more, and he wants to do it for Exodus. Looks like Jake's plan has taken a hit, because he might have just fueled Mike. Yeah, he's got an ulcer flare-up, but it has got nothing on the boxing legend after all his recent medical emergencies. Mike is going to get some rest.
I promise you, I'll come out victorious.
You know, Jake, honestly, this is a huge fight. I got to give it to you. The way you're blending 2 generations of
Shut
boxing.
the fuck up. I wish you had kids so I could stomp on their testicles.
Stomp on their testicles.
What?
Have a nice fight, Jake.
Off. Can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. I'll fucking do you love.
And then get right back on track. The legend has set the record straight. The fight postponement doesn't change anything. He's going to end Jake, and that's for sure. Although we had to postpone the fight, I will resume training shortly. While we have a new date, the result will be the same no matter. When we fight, Jake is getting knocked out despite being the majority favorite and the top dog in the matchup. Mike has been taking this bout seriously since day one. You'd expect him to take this fight with.
He keeps saying he wants to fight you. Do you want to fight him?
That could be very interesting.
It could be interesting.
Mike Tyson says, let's do this. Are you down?
100%.
Tyson versus Jake Paul would be the best fight fucking ever.
How would you feel if you stepped into the ring with Iron Mike?
I would beat him.
Could you fuck him up?
So fucking easy.
You versus Jake Paul, like this young YouTuber takes on one of the greatest heavyweight champions that's ever lived.
I'm the best ever.
That fight would be gigantic.
Let's do it, Jakey.
Jake Paul, he's taking on the baddest motherfucker that ever lived.
If Jake Paul's on the other side of the ring, he's gonna have a recognition. He's gonna look over and go, oh my god, that's really Mike Tyson.
I have 1 punch power. He has 1 punch power. Who wins?
wrap here, guys. We're gonna wrap.
Grains of salt since he's the great heavyweight champion going against the kid Jake Paul, but Mike's a pro and he's putting in the same effort as he did when he faced Roy Jones Jr. That sounds like a true champion. Iron Mike has been hitting the gym and training like a beast ever since this matchup hit the news. Even at the age of 58, he's gearing up and getting ready to send Jake crashing onto the canvas if you think this guy was getting slow with. Think again, but here's the thing, while he can go into intense training and do the same exercises he used to back in the day, Mike has a lot to worry about now that he's not the young fighter he once was. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the boxing legend isn't a beast anymore, cause he sure as hell is, but while his mind can be in the same place as it was when he became the youngest heavyweight champion of all time, unfortunately his body just can't keep up anymore. You know what they say, you can trick everyone, but you just can't trick father.
Terence, about to meet the legend. We're a little nervous, you know, I've watched Mike growing up, so this is cool. It's cool to be here.
Look at this, bro. These are Mike Tyson's gloves right here. Jeez, these are the ones I think in the video where you're just eating people alive. How much do you think we could sell these for? So am I sparring Mike next, or? Nah.
You ready to take on Mike?
No, sir. I'll play Mike in chess, or something that doesn't involve physical contact. It was all going great. I was meeting my childhood hero for the first time. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Rob.
How are you?
Miles loved it, huh?
Good to meet you. And then he said this.
Where you from, Lo?
I'm Jake. Did you hear that?
Where you from, Lo? Where you from, Lo?
That's one reason why this fight has been getting major backlash from fight fans and boxing pros. Think about it, a 58-year-old Mike Tyson against a 27-year-old man in his prime. Even though I'm sure as hell Mike will humble Paul in the ring, this bout just sounds like a recipe for disaster. There's no denying that it's a dirty move on Jake's side to go after a 58-year-old Mike Tyson just for the sake of fighting a champion. There's a big roster of active champions for him to fight fighters.
You scared coward!
Kick your
Praise be to Allah!
The rematch is here. Oh my goodness, he's got a buddy right here.
And not only do I have the honor of fighting one of the two most famous boxers to ever live, it's also happening live on Netflix.
Look out, he's pushed right here.
Everything's been good, but it has been a little transition moving to heavyweight. But I definitely needed to put on weight to be able to compete with Mike Tyson, so he's not just throwing me around in the ring. So we've been sparring heavyweights, eating more food. Mike Tyson has called me fat, but I believe that the fat will turn into muscle. And yeah, come fight night, I believe I will be able to move and dance around the ring like a true heavyweight.
Who aren't past their prime in good fights will prove way more than a fight with Iron Mike will. But you know Jake likes going after the retired fighter, since he has a better chance against them. Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva. He's proven himself against all these fighters, but they're nothing, absolutely nothing compared to Iron Mike. He's facing his toughest opponent yet, and fans think he's trying to conquer this one by playing mind games, hence the insensitive comments about Mike's deceased daughter. Well, someone tell the YouTuber that he's not going to get into Mike's head this easily, and all he's been doing is poking the bear. You and I both know that never ends well. Jake Paul's latest antics have turned the entire boxing world against him. Even the biggest names in the sport are calling him out. Joe Rogan and Oscar de la Hoya have been particularly vocal, blasting Jake for his disrespectful comments. It's like the whole world is united against him. Social media is on.
So, Mike, Jake Paul said he's going to kick your ass and you're just an old fart. What you going to say to that?
Jake Paul is a proper helmet. Just look at his pot noodle fringe, and his beard looks like it smells of Watsits. I'm going to bingo him around the back of the Asda.
In all seriousness, fighting Mike Tyson is such an honor to step in the ring with one of the two most famous people to ever grace the sport of boxing. Not only will this be the biggest fight of my life, but I think this has the opportunity to change the history of boxing, to be one of the biggest fights of the 21st century, and to step in there with a legend means the world to me. It's the biggest moment of my career and a big challenge. Everyone I've told so far has said, don't get in the ring with Mike. He's too hard of a puncher. I mean, just look at this footage. That man is a beast, but I'm not taking him lightly. And July 20th, I hope to become the victor and to create history and knock out the legendary Iron Mike Tyson.
Mr. Paul and Mr. Tyson, which one do you think is going to win?
The only thing I'm worried about is Father Time. That's one thing that has never been beat. And Tyson's, he's older now. But I pray that he comes out healthy. But I think Jake Paul because of youth. That's the only thing, because of the youth.
It's also outstanding as this fight in Riyadh. Mike Tyson at his age is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well. So it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age. Yeah. It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching, so to speak, and hopefully. And I look forward to that match as well. You can only be too old in your mind. Yeah. If you control your mind.
I got Mike Tyson.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't see how Jake pulls this off. I see Mike Tyson punching him in the body, and I don't see how Jake stops that. Jake is not of the size to give Mike a problem. Mike can be, big guys would hold Mike. Guys with long reach that outweigh him. Yeah. I think people that's Mike's weight, with Mike's center of gravity, I don't think there's anything that's gonna stop him. Mike hits him in the body don't move that much. I don't see how Jake survives a body attack, personally.
Okay, I looked it up. Mike Tyson is 220 pounds.
That's
watch videos of him training all the time.
Buddy,
it is
intense. There are a few athletes, him being one, where their highlight reel gets my card. Where I'm like, what the? Like,
so
this is
what
amazing.
Shaq plays really get you going.
When they did the doc, ESPN did the doc about him and Penny.
Rock hard.
Buddy.
So you watch Shaq slam it down?
Shaq with the delts. Look, the old Shaq, when you got jacked again, that was pretty awesome. But like, you young with that, like, just youthful energy, just owning that court. It was so fucking awesome to watch. Dude, like, White Chocolate.
Yeah.
His highlight reels.
Yeah, he's nice.
Dude, I remember the Randy Moss.
Marshall. Yeah.
The commercial on Nike.
That was incredible.
And you're like, wow. But like Mike Tyson's highlight reels, when you watch him just duck and then come, it is so. And so, like, yes, people go, but is it making a mockery? Who cares? I want to see it.
But if you're Jake Paul, you feel good about beating a 57-year-old Mike Tyson?
You think he's going to win?
No, I'm just saying, if.
No, that's a better question. Do you think Jake Paul is the favorite?
No, I don't think he's
You just said Mike Tyson's 57, like he's got nothing left.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying he's 57 towards 60. That's what I mean.
You've seen him train.
Fire with hashtags like G's cancel Jake Paul, and our Jake Paul is trash fans are sharing memes and videos roasting him mercilessly. It's a social media bloodbath, and Jake is the target. This guy has managed to make the entire boxing world hate him. Even people who were neutral about him before are now rooting for Mike Tyson to knock him out. It's like he's become the ultimate villain, and there's no coming back from this. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out, so there you go. Fight world, that's all I have for you today. What are your thoughts on Jake Paul crossing the line with his recent comments? Make sure to fill the comment section with your thoughts.